Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 38 of our Out of the Abyss adventure. I am tonight's DM Smiley.
And I'm Evan the Great for the Villains Demand, playing Grom Whitehammer, Monk Paladin.
He gave me such a confused look, I don't know why.
He's lost. He's lost. He don't know if he's making the right decisions.
No, we just had conversations about decisions. There are no good or right ones. Yeah, there are no good or right ones.
Just decisions.
Good or bad.
And I'm the bearded wanderer of the villains man. I play Travok Whitehammer, the dwarven fighter / wizard.
I'm JVD, play Notch. Oh, Witch Hunter.
Yay.
And Grom has a very thematic sun-kissed, sort of.
He does. We're not sponsored by them.
No, he just has a sun sword.
We don't get flagged. Sunkiss.
Everyone name my next sun sword, sun-kissed. It's orange flavored.
It tastes amazing as you die.
As I tell you with the sword, thirst is quenched.
It would burn. The citrus flavor would burn the open wound.
Well, when I thrust it in you last time, you go.
Is that how babies are made?
Totally.
Alright, so you're going through your watches. Everyone go ahead and give me a perception roll.
My bad.
These are for your individual watches. Why do you wait till after we start to do that?
I have a 17.
I got a 14.
17, 14?
14. The bull has a 14.
Just for you, man.
What'd you expect?
Alright, so for each of your watches tonight seems to pass apparently silently. The glow is fairly mesmerizing because it's not just a constant glow, it's changes between reds.
It's like a rave.
Blues. Slight, but it's not like a bump, 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 bump thing. It's a slow change.
It's like one of those changing mood lights.
And Ginger Wax, I don't think it's supposed to be that color. Where he's poking one of the red crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like the purple colors come from the two modeling and whatnot.
How many different colors does it turn?
It just goes from red to blue, so there's purple in between.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Jim Jar looks a little bit confused by the red one. He's never seen red pages.
I'm just confused by it all because I don't know anything about it. So,
unfortunately, your nights don't pass so. Your sleeping nights do not pass so quietly. Trevor, you with me, bro? You with me, bro?
Yep.
You find yourself again in the maze. Your cloven hooves beat against the stone, the smell of blood and dust is in the air, and you can hear the clumps of gore drip from your horns, and the rivulets of warm blood rolling down your back. You look around you, scattered about are the remains of dog-like creatures and humanoids. You barely make note of the remains of the two dwarves amongst the carnage, their faces locked in terror. You hear the voice. It bellows around you and calls to your instincts. Why did you run? Are you so weak? Have I chosen incorrectly? You feel the mantle of power being stripped from you. You grow smaller, your horns break and you are left on the ground. You see a scene play out before your eyes. Your brothers rising to fight the monstrosity coming from the deep of the lake. Broderick raises his hammer, sings to his god, but the prayers come unanswered. And his form becomes splattered against the ground as one of the beast's tentacles snap out like a whip. You attempt to raise yourself from the ground, to grab your axe, to defend your brothers, but you are too weak to even pick yourself up. Grom runs in, yelling for Broderick, and attempts to draw strength from the mead, but it turns to blood as it pours from the mug, and he begins to choke. You attempt to scream out, but your voice is hoarse, non-existent, too weak. Too weak. As the creature allows your brother to drop into to its waiting gullet, you hear the voice again. I can grant you strength. It calls out from behind you, and you can see it. It rivals the size of the monstrosity from the lake, but it has the skeletal head of a bovine, with 6 iron horns twisting around it like a macabre crown, gourd dangling from it. Its cloven hooves crack the stone underfoot, and with each step, you can feel the pressure coming from it. Its glaive screeches across the ground, screaming for bloodlust. You wake up in a start, grasping at your chest, and you hear the words echo back into your mind. I can grant you the strength.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
For that sounded really good.
Thank you.
What time does this happen during watch?
This
For
is
him.
why he wakes up about the time Grom starts his watch.
Okay. So this is during my watch.
It's during the
at the end of my
day.
watch. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I see this?
Yes.
Asking. Nightmares about murdering someone that has no choice of what they are?
No.
Worse.
You could say that.
Give me a wisdom save. And this is, you do currently have 2 points of madness.
Hey.
18.
18, right on.
Getting lucky on this.
I will say that you feel as if the statement was along the lines of a question waiting for an answer.
Not this way. That's what I would just say to myself.
So the next one, that will be going to bed. Actually, Grom technically should have been first. I apologize. Well, I didn't know what order you want to take watch in. I wrote this out like weeks ago. Grom! This happens before him.
Rewind.
Time travel.
The ringing of forges in the distance fill the air with a melodic and dour song. The smell of soot fills your nostrils and lungs with comforting warmth. It's reminiscent of home. You lean back in the stone throne as clawed hands feed sweet meats to you. The horned visages giggle as you speak, and their touch brings pain and pleasure in equal measure. They will never mock you again. Never comment on how smart you are or not. Your slaves, gray-skinned dwarves, drow and darrow, bring domed platters in and begin to set the banquet table before you. You drink from your goblet. The warm iron taste fills your throat and comforts you. One of the succubi places a piece of meat in your mouth, and it is sweet. The taste of blood, wine, and flesh become intoxicating. I lost my spot. More so than anything you've ever experienced. Much better a king than a servant to an absentee god. The servants begin to raise the lids free of the platters one by one. The finest meads, the finest golds. Gold.
You're losing it, man.
I know, right? I haven't gotten much sleep. The finest meads, golden color, sweetened with the honeyed blood of angels. The second, the finest meats, flesh rend from an elven king. The third, golden jewelry, wet with the blood of whose hands they were ripped from. As the final platter, the dome of the final platter raised, You see the eyes of your brothers staring back at you, cold and dead.
Oh, shit.
It appeases you. You find comfort in it, you cannot explain it. But here you are king, and none will mock or doubt you. The clatter of hoof on stone reveals his presence at your side, but you don't turn to face him. A deep purple hand lands upon your shoulder. Its claws dig in so gently as to just barely bring the barest rivulets of blood. His voice is like honey and milk being poured in your ears. With the heat of his breath singes the hairs of your beard as he whispers breathily, "It can all be yours, if you have but to ask, my dear son." I need to make me a wisdom save as you wake up. Not in like a start, but in like in a gasp.
I don't want to.
You're just gonna fall deeper into this madness.
Alright. Oh, okay.
What's
That's alright. 15.
15.
I actually think that's probably what
Your flaw has changed. It is no longer you seeking to make fights. It is now you gain the joy. You gain.
Wrong word?
There is nothing in this world more important than you and your desires.
Drinking.
So now he's just a selfish asshole.
Yes.
So now he's gonna fight me over this drink in my hand because
If
this is
he
diarrhea.
doesn't want that though. That's not his desire.
It's
Not
got a
that
spider
specific
on
thing.
Maybe it's to smash that.
That's
Spider.
your
That could be
permanent
taken
flaw
many
now.
different ways. Like, I don't want you to kill her, Grom, so he kills you. Or
If
Trot.
he would,
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to relent, because he's the most important thing in the world.
Wow.
And again, you feel like the last statement was a question left unanswered.
My dreams are jealous of your dreams.
If I ask, he will give me.
Kinda.
I want your dreams.
Your dreams aren't much better. But this happens during your watch,
Yeah.
not.
So he also sees that.
So they both happen at the same time.
No, his happened at like the start of your watch,
Okay.
or his happened at the end of your watch.
Gotcha.
So about a couple hours apart.
I'm gonna ask him. You alright?
I kind of give him a weird, like, smile. I say, yes.
Is that the answer? His mom went, oh. I'm gonna need to change your archetype, good sir.
I feel that was not a nightmare.
Yeah, you just got served your brother's haze on a platter. It's not a nightmare at all.
Well, it's the way that I.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It's not
Yeah.
like in the dream you felt that way, not a lot, not a way.
Yeah.
You are still yourself, just in the
Okay.
dream.
Oh, okay.
It
In
felt
the dream.
comforting.
Okay, dream felt comforting.
Yeah.
See,
Just in the dream, it felt comforting. It would be actually rather horrifying when you wake up normally.
I tell you, I think people should quit making fun of me.
Be smarter. Make wiser decisions. Well, you think you're a fool because you act a fool.
And that nightmare, they're no longer with me.
Who's they?
My brothers,
Well, you're already missing one. So you're halfway there.
but they're in.
Living on a prayer.
Living on a prayer.
I say
Sorry.
they're no longer with me, but they're in me.
I'm just gonna look at it.
Intelligence of 8.
What do you mean in you?
I feast upon their eyes.
And I'm just gonna look at Trevot.
Well, I imply that their heads roll platters aren't just their eyes.
Oh, their eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're succulent morsels to him,
Yeah,
and he plucks
maybe.
them and eats
I
them.
got served. They're
Yeah, technically, he is actually mad, by the way.
Yeah.
their head, their eyes, and I enjoyed it.
I wish you'd have done this one first. Because then I would question going back to sleep on my watch.
That could be why you were away
Are
from
you
troubles.
sure you're alright?
Voices in my head say,
Oh, you're perfectly fine.
What voices?
the purple hand, clawed human. Oh, I don't know if humanoid figure or not.
It looked very fair and humanoid, just kind of large.
He talks to me.
You think about it, something about twice the size of a normal man.
He says that I will gain the respect of others. I just got to ask him for it.
Well, if you want the respect of others, then maybe you should do something to show everybody.
That may work.
I mean, you did good fighting the elven woman and the children.
Yeah. I think I need to seek knowledge.
Ask your sword.
Ask my sword?
Ask your sword.
Ask Daybreak if he thinks seeking knowledge will make these dreams go away.
Silent.
The sword does not answer.
Can I see your sword?
Sure.
I'm going to ask Daybreak, are you there?
Silent.
I'm just going to ask it, have you rejected him? Has he seen something wrong?
Silent.
Try to summon its blade.
I try to summon the blade.
Nothing happens. And in the back of your mind, you hear a slight laugh.
What does it sound like?
I don't know. A laugh.
Sounds like a very pleasant, like, person who is rich.
Kind
He'll
of. Think of
chuckle.
someone that is corpulent, self-obsessed.
Probably like,
It sounds like the Purple Man.
From Five Nights.
I know, right? It's all connected. 5 nights make 6.
The being in my dream. She killed Daybreak. I feel it.
is that what you want, though?
No, Daybreak was good.
Are you sure? Because Daybreak has left you.
He wants me to work for him.
Maybe that's what you're leaning towards, right? That's why the sword won't talk to you.
I don't think I should go with the Purple Man.
You better let that sword know that.
I put the sword up, and
The follow that was sheath now that has a sword blade on it. Oh, dour and sad. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna roll him a cigarette and be like, maybe this will relax you.
Grom takes the cigarette.
You light it up at the campfire.
Yes.
You go,
Light it for him.
you do like the last time, you nearly die of asphyxiation.
Is Razatar still here?
Vesror, on the other side, towards the entrance, he was keeping guard.
Does it act funny?
It looks almost confused, like something staggered it. And it's starting to moo now.
Like morning moo, excited moo.
Like an actual bull.
Like it don't have any intelligence. Maybe I need to just head to the surface.
I don't know if it's this place or if it's me. Things are not right, and I feel
It's this place. Might be you, I'm not lying. I mean,
or this place
It's
that we're in with these freaking jewel
Jeweled
flagmites.
Jeweled black lights.
What have you found out about these?
nothing. Because that hadn't happened yet.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Well, you talked to Boopado. Was it Boopado, I think? No, that was, he talked to Pat.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
But you said this happens before this
Yeah.
one at the beginning of mine, so
Yeah.
just sleep it off. Go back to sleep. If you think it's such an issue, sleep outside them.
No, she did notice he has like 4 pricks lined up through here.
Oh Lord.
With like small drops of blood running down.
I'm going to touch them. They seem pretty fresh.
Very fresh.
And he's only been asleep for about 4 hours.
Not even. Just lined up as if someone just dug their nose into him.
I'm gonna point him out to him. Like, someone wants you.
I see them, and I know instantly where they came from. That's the clawed
Can I
hand.
try to put two and two together here by what he's told me?
You try, yeah.
What do you need? Religion?
Yes, religion or arcana.
How about a 17?
17. And you're trying to find out what exactly?
What exactly is this purple man? I know what you call him, right?
That's what I'm calling it.
Not like Kilgrave or anything,
Yeah.
but Grisette, yeah.
He hasn't given you enough information to actually go by. What he himself doesn't actually have enough information. He's seeing a purple hand. He was talking about being fed people.
Oh boy.
I'm treated like a king in those dreams.
What's wrong with that?
But the king eats my brother's parts. Dismembered body parts.
I will say if you're lining up with things, because there's talk of Yeenagoo, cult of Yeenagoo, they talk about Demogorgon. I would say you do know that Grozet is a demon lord that used to be a devil, and before then an angel, and he plays by the devil's machinations, offering mortals pleasures.
I'm not going to tell him any of that. But like, if you think it's the crystals, maybe you should sleep outside them. Use your Iron Bull for protection.
I sleep outside.
Sleep outside.
Maybe it's the lights. Who knows?
Notch. Since coming here, the dreams induced by your pact have grown more vivid and more realistic. They have begun to take on a more physical tone, and the placement and settings become off, wrong, slowly twisting to something else. You're no longer like dreaming of the Shadowfell through the eyes of your patron, as you normally do. Now you find yourself in wild lands as a hunter. Not a wizard, just a hunter. But you're hunting men as if they were animals. You find yourself chasing after fleeing families in order to rend them with claws or gnash them with fangs. The young, the old, their flesh is sweet and your hunger is great. You're beginning to understand the insatiable appetite of your patron. You chase after a woman, diving to the left as she attempts. We couldn't talk to that.
We realize that.
This has happened like 20 times so far, right?
No.
As she attempts to turn around a fallen tree and you catch her. Your fangs sink in as your claws rip. You feel yourself grow stronger as you drink it in. Her eyes grow cold as she whispers out one last prayer to her goddess, and her medallion falls free from her grasp. You hear their praise from around you, in the form of a chorus of thousands upon thousands yips and howls, and the bestial shapes around you gather. Amongst them you see a flash of green, ever so subtly, almost moving away. You suddenly hear a howl as a colossal form rises above them. Its skull-like visage grins down, fangs reflecting in the moonlight, and the light of its beady red eyes pierce into you. It steps and you hear the rattle of chains. It can feel the earth shake beneath its weight. It reaches down to grasp at you, almost as if the proportions are coming off scale as you're lifted up. It just drops you into its gullet. And you spiral into a sinking hole of darkness until you find yourself once again on the gray black landscape and this monstrous creature standing over you. It begins to snicker and yip, and it begins to speak, but you see it emerging from behind it, almost as if rising above it. It begins to jeer at the monstrosity begins to jeer at you as a black hand is forced through its chest, and the vision fades away, leaving only you and the nothingness, with the hollow words, "You are mine, no one else's." You don't have to make a wisdom save.
What time does this happen?
This happens as you go wake up in the morning.
I'm going to scream and scream no a lot, and I'm going to summon a blade of shadow, like I'm about to swing on somebody.
So not ever. Your watch is always trying to wake everybody up. As you get to Notch, he freaks the fuck out. Wakes up screaming. A blade of solid darkness just forms in his hand, darkening the area around him.
I back up.
If you're close, I look like I'm about to cut you.
Yeah.
I back away from him. I'll say, what's going on? What's going on?
If I see where I'm at, I'm just going to take a deep breath, light a cigarette, and just say the usual.
That's fair. Yeah.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is these gems. I'm going to light a cigarette.
Yeah. You're light upset because the person already gone.
Yep, light me up a cigarette.
You know, whatever pack is getting a bit low.
Actually, I'm keeping track of everything.
Yeah.
So, I had enough tobacco to last me quite a long time.
But it goes stale real quick.
Oh, that's fine. I still smoke it.
It's going to start molding and rotting. Just gonna pick
Oh,
bits up.
yeah,
You're just going to like clean off the individual strands.
Take me a drink out of this flask.
So everyone's just going about their business, getting stuff put together.
Nope, I'm good there.
Yeah.
Looking off into nothingness.
I try to talk to Daybreak again.
As you pull on it, hours after your dream, you hear a faint voice trying to break through something. The blade begins to materialize, but it's faint, and it's not giving off its light like it did before.
I pour my ale on it.
It sizzles and pops, and you no longer have the ill.
I cast Bless onto the blade.
Cast bless. Roll me a religion check, buddy. You're being mechanical like that.
Religion. That is a 15.
15. The blade brightens, and her voice comes back, panicked and worried, but the blade's not nearly as bright as it was.
That's the blade. What is happening?
I do not know. A darkness came over me.
It must have something to do with that nightmare I had. Again and again.
I'm looking around. Does it look like everybody else I was waking up has had nightmares?
No one looks like they had a good night's sleep.
Even the slave and the 2 drowned children.
The slave seems almost fine. No real panic. Bublo looks like he had a wonderful night's rest.
That does not surprise
The
me.
2
And
children looks haggard, but not overly too much so. Like you've seen those 2 wake up panicked a lot more than anyone else.
all right.
Like the ones that are native to down here are a bit more affected by it than those, are a bit more resistant to it. Pardon me.
I go over to the bull to communicate with it. I try to talk to it. I say, are you alright?
You can tell it has a bit of a worried look in its eye. And you can feel its mind entering yours, but it's unable to create words. Just senses and emotions. Sense fear, dread, and the want to flee. But the conviction to stand by your side.
The magic of this place is probably messed
I
up.
want to use divine sense to see if I sense a celestial being inside my bull.
He is celestial. But it seems when you use your divine sense, it's almost as if you're looking at a wounded celestial. As if something tried to strike at it. Spiritually.
I go over to Notch and I say,
And you know that your bull's creation is tied to you.
yeah,
Your faith.
whatever that darkness is, if it's with them gems or if it's in my nightmares, it's affecting my creatures.
Your creatures.
Well,
My creatures.
my sword came back faintly, but not near as powerful, and it said a
It
darkness.
loses +1 property.
Okay. It says,
But it's still usable. It cannot create light brighter than 5 feet now.
it's darkness has overtook it. My bull has lost his ability to speak.
Hmm.
Can I
His
try
fear.
to cast something onto the bull?
Yes, by all means.
Alright, I'll go over to the bull and I will cast protection from good or protection from evil. I guess what I'll choose.
Make some evil. Does that cast out current things that are currently affecting it?
It gives him advantage on saving throws.
Yeah, he'll get a reroll. That's what I was using
Make a
with
note of that
Brawl
and remind me of that whenever that comes up.
I actually have protection versus evil as well.
You should cast that. That's what I
You
was
said
using
both
as Brawl
cast that
Drive.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, and I join him.
You've
You've never seen me do this before.
All that makes me uncomfortable.
Sorry.
No, they make me uncomfortable.
Do what?
Watching you guys do all this religious crap.
That's not right.
Actually, this is arcade. He's just here.
That's
Yeah, but I don't see it as that.
Because he does his completely different.
Yeah.
I do mine through like motions.
Still see
He's
it.
picking up some incense, burning it while going reading from book.
Still see it. Don't like it.
He's over there doing the Russian dance while praying to Silverbeard.
You even hear like the little Tetris music.
Doing crap like that, I got these. I don't trust it.
Crap like that is why you hunt. You hunt crap.
That's
like
right.
that.
So I don't know if it helps, but a double dose of protection from evil.
Yes.
I'm going to go to Yvonne Elise and be like, do you feel okay to do this magic that we talked about on this slave?
Absolutely. I had a wonderful dream about history last night.
Do tell.
Oh, I was just with her dancing in the moonlight.
Well, remember that, because that's where we need to get her.
I'm worried though.
Of,
If someone stronger than me placed the keys on her, it may not work.
I have faith in you. You've broken away from your drow heritage. Surely you can be strong enough with your god to break drow magic.
And I don't have any kind of thing I can help her
She
with. unless-
approaches. Now, if this does work, they might kill her for returning without it.
She's not returning.
Is she not?
No, if you can break this, why return her?
Only the keys will be broken, not the caller's influence.
That's fine.
It will draw her back to them.
We'll take care of it. We'll find a way to get her.
But the geese keeps them from finding us,
Yes,
not her.
correct.
So what's the collar do then?
Finds her to them.
Then we'll find a way to break the collar.
It can't be that hard.
Day at a time.
Can't be that hard. Day at a time. Right. You know what? Roll me a d20. And add 3 to it.
That would be 14.
You see her magic go be placed over her. Through your train, you can sense the magic building, and you feel this overwhelming force from within her swell up. As it, her magic starts to rip it apart, it suddenly builds and backlashes, and non-release is knocked backwards a good 5 feet.
I'm gonna ask her, you're right.
Yes, yes. I can try one more time,
I don't want you to put too much of a strain on yourself.
but it's for her safety, correct?
Is there any way I can help her with this?
Do you have the spell?
I do not have the spell.
Roll me a d20, you get high or higher, you'll give her advantage. From you, like, just being naturally intelligent about magic.
Good roll call.
That's what would happen.
If she's
I got
wanting
7.
to do it again, I'm not stopping her.
It's my duty.
Does
My girl.
I can't remember. Does bless add to checks like that too?
Skill checks, yes. Or ability checks, yes.
I go up to non-release. I put my hand upon her buttocks.
Her abdomen.
I don't know how I'm on that.
He's just like,
Her spitterets.
I say, you can do this.
Spitterets.
May Silverbeard be with you. And I cast bless right on the spot she's standing.
I tell her to come here.
I still
Because I'm sure she'll have to lean down to me.
Yeah.
And I give her a kiss on the cheek. I said, for luck.
She blushes, which you never seen a drow blush before. Turn down purpley
We roll again.
with a D4.
The D4.
Hope it works.
See, so this will be plus with a +3. It's a 7, so I have a +7 to it. It's a 4. 22.
22.
Woo! Did we just break your game?
No. Because this was extra bits I put in.
Okay.
It's fun side quest
Yeah.
stuff.
It's amazing.
You feel the magic. You see the magic built in her, and she was still asleep at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can sense the magic being ripped apart from her, as the spell starts working through her, the elf wakes up and starts panicking. No, no, no!
I'm going to go up to her. Calm down. What's
I
wrong?
don't understand. I have to get them back.
Why?
I'm gonna die. You just killed me. You bloody just killed me.
Why didn't you say anything
I
beforehand?
didn't know you were gonna break it.
But you should have said something beforehand. Why are you going to die?
I have to get them back to House Mizrum.
Why?
They're the heirs.
To what?
Oh, shit.
The matron mother.
Alright, so how's that going to kill you?
She's the one that put the keys on me.
Okay, and now it's broken.
Yes.
So how are you going to die?
Because I'm still bound to her.
So it's like she can just snap her fingers and kill you.
If she sees me, yes.
Okay, well then we're just not going to let her see you.
But I have to return.
You don't have to return them at all.
No, I have to return.
Why?
This makes me.
So you're just going to be like, why aren't you leaving now?
Because you said you were taking me there.
But I don't see you moving now to go. What is compelling you to go?
If I move away from my purpose without permission, then it messes with me.
Okay, so you're still going but taking the long way home.
But if I return, I die now.
If you return.
How?
I'm not understanding you. Okay,
You're taking the long way home.
but I'm still going home.
But if she returns home, she dies.
But she's not going home. It's a decoy, so we can figure out how to break this.
She doesn't know that.
But I'm trying to get her to understand. We're not taking the most direct path there.
Yeah.
Like Bernie's that way, but we're going towards China and then looping back around.
I will cast Calm Emotions on her.
Is that a saving throw?
Yeah, Charisma.
Well, while you're doing this, I'm going to hug her. I'm trying to calm her down myself, but you beat me with the spell, so maybe it'll even make me look that much better.
I'm not supposed to say VC was 18 on the die.
Yeah, it was 60.
She's very
As you hold her, she feels cold.
That's fine.
She's like icy cold.
That's fine with me.
You're fucking a dead girl.
I'm not even doing anything yet.
You're a necrophiliac.
Whatever.
It's like Rob Zombie, living dead girl.
Do you see me? I'm just trying to calm her down. You're not gonna die.
Roll me a charisma check. Persuasion or what have you.
Okay, I will persuasion because that is me. That would be a 17.
So you start taking deep breaths, calming down, slowly rolling things back.
It's not a persuasion; it's a deception. Because she could die. I don't know, but I'm trying to tell her she can't.
But you found the G spot. That's all that matters.
Sometimes that still don't work.
Okay. If I bring the kids back, she don't understand. She won't kill me. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
We'll be fine. We got days to figure all this out.
Okay.
So what do we call you?
Slave sign.
No. We're gonna get you're not a slave. No one here's a slave.
I'm a slave.
No, you're not. You're a woman. You're a free elven woman.
Elven.
Yeah, you're an elf, right? She looks like an elf.
I'm not an elf.
Then what are you?
They hide because they don't like the way it looks.
What's wrong with you then?
I'm dragonborn.
Oh, okay. So that's the scales.
Yeah.
Cool. So is this like magic covering her?
No, I'm a polymorph.
Oh, that's so you technically look like a dragon.
Yes.
But this is now the way you're stuck.
Yes.
It's better for you.
I don't think so.
Why?
I think it's rather hideous.
Why?
It's fleshy and soft.
Okay, well,
Do you want-
dragons are fleshy and soft underneath.
But on the outside.
Okay, who says you still can't be hard on the inside? And I pointed at Seraph. He's hard on the inside. He wanted to murder you.
If that was a smart thing to do.
But now your geese is broke.
So you was raised as a slave, as a dragonborn.
I was a dragonborn slave.
What about your parents? Are they slaves as well?
Never met them.
She was born into this.
This is where dragonborn down here, but
We'll call her Rosari.
Oh, sorry.
It's a beautiful woman I once knew.
Send it to me.
You remind me of her.
Thank you.
Not you, Ariel. Not you.
No,
Does he get inspiration for that?
And then he said, you remind me of her. You're like, okay.
Does he get inspiration for that?
Yes.
So-
I remember that I have an
I
inspiration.
dropped my inspiration point.
It's okay. I will never forget that I have that.
Not for naming.
But you're not going to be a slave anymore. You're going to be free.
I'm protected. I'm fed. It's not bad.
Is it?
No.
You wouldn't rather be free? Would you rather not go with Anvalise and dance under the moonlight, see the sun, smell the fresh air?
I have no interest in any of that.
Why?
Like I said, here I'm protected.
I'll protect you. We'll protect you.
The beggars are free and they starve.
Okay? You won't starve where we're going.
Maybe you
You
can
cannot
go.
guarantee that. Physically speaking, it's impossible.
You don't know that, though.
Maybe you can go back to the surface and maybe
She's
find
never
your
been
people.
to the surface.
I've never seen the sun.
Oh well, I mean, you can go to the surface and maybe you can find your people, find where you come
Because
from.
trust me, if you're on the surface, there's less of a chance they're going to come looking for you.
Give them a hat and nose.
have we ever encountered a dragonborn before?
You've seen them several times.
I think
They are a race of people on Toro.
I
we
told her
can probably
she-
reverse that polymorph for you
Yeah.
once we get back topside.
I'm not concerned about it's inconvenient for me, but I don't.
You have a life to live. You should go topside with us.
We can probably remove that collar. We'll find a way.
We're
Right.
going to find a way. There is no we will.
There's powerful magic on the top side that we probably have somebody remove that thing.
And the children.
If you want to take them, we'll take them with us.
We'll
That is
raise
suicide.
them not
Is it?
to be
Yes.
murderers.
Do you love them?
They are my charge.
But do you love them?
They are my charge.
Do
Do you
love
care
them?
about them?
As much as it means that I'm alive,
Are they an inconvenience to you?
I don't. They are simply my charge. Nothing more, nothing less.
So if we left them here, you wouldn't care.
My heart may be saddened for a time.
Okay, well then that's what I'm worried about.
Do you want to keep them with you, or would you rather let them go?
I don't understand the question.
Do you enjoy Drow Society? Do you enjoy
I don't
life in
have
shackles?
an opinion of it. I'm not allowed one.
Well, you are now.
Free will.
It'll take you a few ways. It'll take you a while to get used to being able to think for yourself.
I will take
sure.
you up to top
Go
and
ahead.
show you everything you want. A whole new world.
Swing.
I'm sure there's people and places on the top side that you will meet through your own people where you would not have to fear this matron mother.
I just realized that now it's like we now have 3 children. We have someone that really doesn't know how to live life.
But more competent.
So you know that. So I know she knows nothing of her dragonborn heritage.
She does. She knows she is one.
I know she knows she is one, but
She
she
was
does.
told she's a dragon.
Yeah.
And that's why they hired her form. That's all she
I
knows.
tell you, I don't know much about them.
She's
But
never seen her Dragonborn form.
we've encountered them many times.
She'll say that she's never seen her Dragonborn form. She's always been hid as an elf.
And then
Because they don't like the way it looks.
Does she still have her Dragonborn abilities?
I'm hoping we were going to find that out, really.
I can.
Because she's cold. She's obviously white.
It
So,
was more than just cold. It was more than just white.
You can breathe what?
A cone of coldness.
Cold.
I asked of Elise. Why do drow fear Dragonborn?
They don't fear them. They just simply. They're strong slaves. But very rare. One for every 1,000.
To turn her into something else where they don't have to look at it makes me
No,
think something
Drows
else.
like beauty. They are elves, though they do not like to admit it. To a drow is not beautiful. But to a dragonborn, a drow is hideous.
Correct.
I think to most people, drow are hideous.
Sarah's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, I said to most people.
Drows are ugly.
I'm pretty sure Sarah would even agree
Actually,
with that.
most people drows are beautiful and they're just scary.
Well, if you see one, it's not
No,
a good
maybe
thing.
not to a dwarf. I apologize. Dwarves and dragonborns share an acute sense of beauty.
So,
What have we done to our group?
none of this matters. Do you feel compelled to go back? Does that magic in that necklace make you go back?
Yes, it compels me every day
Okay. Then why did you hide?
to protect the children.
But you weren't being compelled to go back then.
I was under the guise to protect the children.
So you were under one
They've
thing.
given us a lost and found color.
All right. Well, you were lost, and now I found you. So you're part of us.
Not just Jesus.
Devil Jesus. How's that
That's
one?
wrong
work
with
out
so
for
many
you?
levels.
Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna watch her. If she feels compelled to leave, we'll just stop her.
Well, not she'll stop. Everybody else is just like, where'd she go? We don't pay attention.
Well,
As
just
y'all
chain
travel
to
through
it.
the day, you will notice that she
Get
naturally,
used to it. Huh?
as y'all begin to travel through the day, you will notice that she naturally starts to turn at certain directions,
Mm-hmm.
as without even realizing it. So start walking away from everybody.
Just chain her to the bull.
Do the children, are they mean to her?
You've seen them talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
They have a modicum of respect for her because he continues to teach them
Mm-hmm.
like magic and various she's reciting drow history and stuff like that to them, almost from memory.
I'll probably listen to this while we go.
She's
Yeah.
pretty much she's like a very expensive slave that can grow very old, that's very hardy, but can hold knowledge
Yeah.
and pass it to people.
She's a teacher.
She's a tutor.
I will listen to her while she talks about drow history and stuff. I'll try to pick up what I can.
And I'm not going to let her deviate away from Cracklestug.
Well, I mean, we can tie her to the bull if we have to.
I'm just tired wrist of mine.
Trevok, as you're traveling, you start to feel an urge yourself to travel in a certain direction, and you find yourself playing with that broken bit of scepter or rod that you had found before. Like you just can't keep it out of your hands, and you find yourself pretty soon, and you all notice that he is walking ahead of Seraph in the same direction, almost consistently. He keeps stepping before Seraph.
I step before Sarah?
This goes on for several days. Pretty soon, Seraph has actually fallen back from leading you all to Grackles 2, believing that you just know the way.
The wand is leading you there.
What's the scepter?
Whatever it is. It's the ruby wand of Amadeus.
And occasionally, as you begin to talk, you will randomly say the word Ruat.
What?
The word of Ruat.
Ruat.
What language is that? Would any of us know?
I'll ask Pazio what's going on
Is
with
it
this.
infernal?
It's not infernal.
I'll ask Pazio if he knows what's going on with this thing.
No.
It seems like it's pulling me somewhere,
It feels weird, though.
putting thoughts in my head.
You find a lot of times your conversations tend to be a bit more up front.
And I feel like this is pulling me somewhere.
Yes. It's like you almost took them over traveling to Grapples to like it's pulling you there.
Not sure if I like this. I will talk to Notch about it.
Get rid of it. Does he feel compelled to get rid of it though?
He feels no particular compulsion outside of a direction to travel.
It feels like it's pulling me somewhere.
It's not like it's making you go that way. You just feel that's a nice way to go.
How many days are we from Gracklestug? You said it's been a
of
couple.
right now, about 2 or 3 hours. And there's a consistent ringing of hammers.
I got an idea. Can I have that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hand this to Rosaria.
So he takes it.
I'm wondering if it will compel her to go to where he was going instead of her go to Minza Branson.
Are you just going to leave it with her for the day?
Yeah, I'm just going to have her hold on to it. I'm with her. And I'll tell Seraph if he would pick up the way back to Gracklestug.
He starts going, he's serious. He's doing a pretty good job.
Oh, I'm trying something out.
Fair enough. Now, as you start travel, you notice that the collar begins to spark a bit, flicker, as if it's trying to compel her to do something, and it's getting backlash from it. And she just starts walking. Pretty soon, she does the same thing that Travok was, and starts walking in front of Sarah.
I'm going to go with her. And I'll tell Seraph, keep up.
I'll walk beside her and ask her, do you feel like it's pulling you somewhere?
It just feels like this is
Like it wants you to go somewhere? Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
Do you feel the compulsion to still go to Minza Branson?
No, I do not.
I think we should follow her.
Oh, yeah? Well, we already followed you with it. So what's it matter?
I want to follow it. I'm curious.
Well,
That's
here's my
nature.
thing. If we're following you already, if it breaks her compulsion, that keeps us from having to worry about her walking off.
No,
So we'll follow her.
You do have a general idea of how magic works because you have to hunt. We're trying to know things about it. And when it comes to magic items, the number one rule is the more powerful item always wins.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Which one was more powerful? And I'm kind of hoping maybe it'll break the magic on her collar.
But I'll tell Notch. I'll be like, we can use it to keep her on this path, but I do want it back.
You can, because once it takes us to where we're gonna go, she won't need it.
Right.
So, but yeah, you can have it all you want. I was just curious to see if that's what it would do.
It's a very interesting artifact.
Oh, it's yours. I mean, we've had this conversation.
Yes,
it's yours.
yes,
It's what you
yes,
wanted.
yes.
So,
And you notice that she also begins to say the word Ruat.
Yeah.
And Cal speak whenever she's bothering her to speak.
can I insight that?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Padgett what it means.
Man,
22.
holy languages.
Holy language.
22.
Old?
22?
22.
22. You can feel almost as if it's something being said through her. Like she's not actually aware of her saying it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just be like in conversation when she says it, I'll be like, you compelled me to say that a lot too.
And see, look, if you guys would have killed her, you wouldn't have got to learn anything.
It's true.
You learned with a little luck. Some magic that's weaker can be stronger magic. And then some magic items will override other ones.
Well, I knew that, but I didn't know how strong it was.
You're welcome.
Girl was like, I do none of this. He's just like writing the dirt with his finger real quick.
He's like, I'll come back for this note. Playing Dead Cells.
But yeah, we'll follow her wherever it takes us.
Within the next 2 to 3 days, God's willing, the cavern opens up to what looks almost like a landscape underground. You can see the dark lake in the distance, and there's a great glow rising up as it comes to, as the landscape curves around and comes in towards a city.